Right, hi 4HV. First of all, I just want to apologise for my awful voice and general camera acting abilities, but here is my current coil gun setup, and I'm just going to give you a quick run through of how haggard and thrown together it is. So, power supply is an 18 volt dual battery, and I apologise for the background music. If you're not a fan of R. Kelly, I'm sorry. So the 18 volt supply is fed into a Mozilla driver, which is essentially wired floating, because I had problems with wiring on strip board. The copper melted, so the heat sinks are clamped onto a sheet of perspex, and everything else is temporarily glued to that. That feeds into my bridge rectifier. The final gun will use that voltmeter as an indicator, but at the minute it's quite easy to use a multimeter. So moving on, that's my capacitor bank. Capacitors were ordered from Hong Kong. They are most likely fake, and they have a humongous ESR, but again, I can't really spend any more money than what I spent on them. They were £20, about $40. So over here I have a safety switch that feeds into a 4.7k bleeder resistor, which makes it safe in a couple of minutes, so you have to leave it alone, but it's fine. Moving on to my SCR, rated at 285 continuous 4k peak, and my coil, my barrel and coil. It's at the minute it's bolt action, so the bolt pushes the projectile into the breech, and this is my coil. I had some trouble with the coil short-circuiting into the barrel, and I thought at one point I blew my SCR because the gate lead shorted on the barrel, which let all of the charge into the capacitors through the gate lead of the SCR, which caused just a wee bit of stress. And that most safe of ballistic solutions, bubble wrap. Whole thing is going to be duct taped down in a second onto this weight plate, and obviously a gold brick is keeping it all nice and firm. So we're going to see if we can do any safe indoors damage to this cam. Right, I'm going to cut the film now, wire everything up, charge up, and do a test shot. Right, hi again. So I've wired everything up, made sure everything's secure. I've duct taped the moving parts down because at the minute I'm experimenting so much with coil placement, etc., that it needs to be mobile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the projectile in the barrel. Again, like I said, I'm experimenting with projectile placement at the minute, so for all I know this could fire backwards. I'm going to put the camera down, charge up to 400 volts, pick the camera back up, show you how quick that process is, and then fire. So let me just place this down. So charging begins now. And there we have 350 or oh crap. Excuse my French. I had the safety resistor on. I'm just going to bring it up from 300 to 400. So that was 400 volts in what, 8 plus a small pause and another 2 or 3 seconds. So that's nearly like this. This is a 10 microfarad, no, 10 millifarad capacitor bank charged up to 400 volts. That's near enough, what, 900 odd joules, or 800 rather, in about 10 seconds. So 80 watt. It's not bad. So these capacitors leak, so it's decreasing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fire the gun quickly. Right, hopefully you can just about see that. The gun itself is triggered obviously through the SCR, and I've wired up a big red button. Hopefully this isn't going to embarrass me by not working. 3, 2, 1, 5. Marvellous. Right, I'm going to switch the camera off, repeat that process once more. So, hi again. I've replaced everything because the recoil from the gun assembly blows the coil out of place with each shot. And I've replaced the ballistics bubble wrap with a single layer of duct tape covering the barrel. I think that's going to be a fairly valid test of force because everyone's worked with duct tape. It's not scientific, but it certainly gives you an idea of the power we're messing with here. Hopefully, provided it will go through the duct tape. If it doesn't, that'll be embarrassing. So, we're charged at 366 volts. I'm going to place the camera there so you can see it. Move the pillow and the can back into place. Oh, excuse me. Right, and firing in 3, 2, 1. Right, that was cool. As you can see, the coil has been fired backwards through recoil. The bolt now has a beautifully round layer of duct tape on it, and for some reason there's still 12 volt left in the capacitor bank. That's curious because my understanding suggests that the SCR doesn't stop conducting until the voltage or current reaches 0. Maybe that's just dodgy capacitors or some sort of charge building up in reverse, which is bad. To answer Navreet's question, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Yes, there is a diode in anti-parallel of the coil. That's that little fellow down there. It's an industrial rectifying diode rated 40 amp continuous. So far it hasn't gone bang, so I'm presuming it's sufficient. Right, thanks very much guys.